What's up, everyone? And today we are going to go over who I think is going to be important in the egg event. We have the egg event this Thursday, and we need to do it right. You are going to have to apply fire stacks. I believe it is going to be just like Rob's War. So let's get down to it, into the characters that you must have on your team. I'm going to go with the first character that I think is going to be my MVP, and that is Drogon. Now, I know not everyone has Drogon because you need Valerian shards. However, Drogon's skill is a normal speed move, which does a lot of damage and a 90% chance to inflict 4 fire on a target. Now, when you do a special move, it will apply an additional fire, which is going to be 5 fire. And if you have Menor on the team, then you have an additional chance, 50%, to apply another fire. So that could be 6 fire right there with one move. 6 fire with one move if you have the team right. I think he's going to be MVP. Yes, he does inflict fire on you, and he does fire damage, but you can use green Allison with her passive to potentially remove the fire. So, it's the first character. We're going to go into the non-Targaryens first. You have another character, which everyone has a lot of, and that's Caraxes. And he is probably going to get an event bonus boost because he is one of the egg event characters. Caraxes has a fast speed move, and he destroys hazards. Now, when he destroys a hazard, he's going to replace it with a red dragon gem. So, when you match this gem, it's going to deal 100% attack physical damage and apply fire to all enemies. So, you get the fast speed move, you do some damage, you match the gem, and you're applying fire to all enemies. Now, we need to see if passive abilities will inflict additional fires or it will only be special abilities, because this is a gem. This is not a special ability, so we have to test and see. But he is a viable option for the egg event. Caraxes. Beric is a potential option for the egg event, but the only problem is his move can only inflict fire when he critically hits. And he's going to have a 10% bonus crit chance, which means his crit chance is 10%. That's 20%. So you have a 20% chance to inflict 1 fire upon all targets. If the move works the way it should, that'll be a 20% chance to inflict 2 fire upon all targets. But 20% chance is pretty low, so I'm not going to rate him very high. But he is an option. And then we have the Targaryens, which are the masters of this. Now we need to see if this egg event is going to be like Rob's War, where the easier difficulties you need lower powered characters. They did say the egg event is going to be harder, so enemies are probably going to be brutal and treacherous, and Kingslayer, they are already pretty beefy. And on top of that, you want to add as many stacks as fire as possible, so that's going to add you to need more sustain. So with that in mind, my MVP for the Targaryens is going to be Allison Hightower, and there's 2 reasons for me rating her so high. Well, the first is that whenever an ally is debuffed, she has a 25% chance to remove the debuff and grant them Renew. Renew, each stack grants 1% health back to the character each turn. If you have her at 6-star, the chance is 30%, so she goes hand in hand with someone like Drogon. Now, she has a normal speed move, and she's going to afflict all enemies with 1 fire. But with the rules, it's going to be 2 fire. So normal speed, green color gem, 2 fire to everyone. Then she heals a target for 32% attack and 45% attack triage bonus. You are going to need some sustain in this event. You are going to need sustain. So she is going to be very important. So I rate her very highly. Then we have Rene, who I'm rating very highly for this event. Also, Allison, Rene, and Kristen will also get the bonus, just like Caraxes, for attack and other abilities. I guess resistance and such. But Rene has a normal speed move. She's going to apply 1 fire to all enemies. But with the event, it's going to be 2 fire. So that is going to be important. She's going to remove a buff. And enemies who had a buff removed are afflicted with 1 additional fire. Maybe that's 2. I'm not sure. But we will find out. So she's going to be very important. You're probably going to want to use her lead. When an enemy afflicted with fire is defeated, she creates 2 random power-ups. Now, in these types of events, you need a combination of speed and applying all the debuffs. So, the egg event is probably going to be 10 fire, kill, 10 fire, kill, 10 fire, kill, and finish the match as quickly as possible. Well, when you create the power-ups, you have the ability to gain stamina for your abilities on your team, which is super helpful and important. And when she receives a buff, she's going to have a 75% chance of triggering a power-up. So if she has a debuff on her, Allison can potentially give her Renew, which will be a buff, and trigger the power-up to move as well. If you have her 6-star, when she receives a buff, she's going to heal for 2.5% max HP. So there's a good synergy with Allison and Rene as well. Now, the trap that you might fall into is using Kristen with Rene. And the reason I don't recommend that is because of the following 2 characters. This is a vertical clear power-up. If you are using Daenerys and Grey Worm, which have an excellent vertical power-up, now you can only have, it's going to be random. If you have 2 vertical power-ups, it's going to be random of what vertical power-up is going to trigger. And this is a good one because when it's activated, the gem applies up to 2 random enemies with fire. We do need to see if it's passive abilities or just skills, because with this, it might afflict more fire. And then if you add someone like the Menor is going to be able to apply even more fire. So he is going to be a valuable member. Daenerys has a good lead, but I think Rhaenyra's is better. All enemies start with 1 fire. It's a good lead, but I think Rhaenyra's is better. Grey Worm, I'm just saying for that vertical power-up, it is just worth it. It is just worth it. Rhaenyra is going to be spawning vertical power-ups, so you're going to get more fire. My candidate for unsung hero is going to be Viseris. Now, Viseris in his kit, every 3 turns, Viseris and up to 3 random enemies gain 1 fire. So as long as turns are passing, he's gonna inflict up to 3 fire. If you have Menor, it can be up to 6 fire. And if the event lets passives work with fire, then it could be 9 fire. So a lot of fire can be created with Viseris. And he does have a fire resistance buff. And also, Allison has a chance to remove the fire that he applies to himself. I think he's going to be super important in this event for scores. Very efficient. Then you also have the Mender, which I cannot say how important he is going to be. I am saving silver. When an enemy is afflicted with fire, the Mender has a 50% chance to apply an additional fire. This is amazing. You might need a lot of levels on the Mender because he is a common. He will die. He also will heal all allies for 11% of their max HP, and the heal can critically heal, and he can remove debuffs. It's a slow speed move, but with Rene making power-ups, you might be able to get more stamina faster. He is going to be very important character in this event as well. The Maester I'm not rating as highly because in order to get the fire to happen, he needs to critically heal, and he afflicts 2 random enemies with fire. Okay. But he needs to critically heal. The only other problem too is that he will grant taunt to an ally that he heals with his special. And this can be a problem. It can be a character you don't want to be taunting. So I'm not going to recommend Maester. You can use him if you need to. You have 2 more options in my opinion. The Dragonstone Master of Arms is an epic. And his normal speed move, he strikes an enemy 2 times with a 75% chance to inflict fire. So when someone inflicts fire from their special, it's going to apply an additional fire. So this is probably going to afflict 4 fire at normal speed. For those that don't have Drogon, he is going to be a good character for your team. He's going to be a good character for your team. He does other stuff, but that is mainly for applying fire. And then we have the final character I recommend, the Dragonstone Elite, which is a common and everyone has him. At the start of every turn that he's taunting, he has a 50% chance to inflict fire upon all enemies every turn he's taunting. If the fire hits, then Mender can apply additional fire, and when he taunts for 4 turns. So that is a lot of fire that is created. It's normal speed. He is a common, so you will need a lot of levels on him for him to survive in the higher difficulties. But with all these options that I've given you, it'll be good to test this event out and to see what you need in each difficulty and have a team and try not to overlevel. Notice I have them at level 1. I still have Mender at 130. The rest of my team was for the Crowns Challenge, and we will see how it plays out. These are my recommendations for the egg event. I hope you all have a wonderful egg event and have good brackets. And I will talk to you all in the next video. Comment and let me know who you think will be MVP. Take care all.